You good? We're joined by Drexel head coach Amy Mallon and Chloe Hodges. Coach Mallon, third straight win by 2 points or less in this tournament. Your comments on the win?
Well, I think I've said it this time of the year, it's all about possessions and situations, and these are things we have prepared to do. We talk about even that last play. We were working on that this week. The exact time on the clock, Brooke to Chloe, and to see them execute that as a coach and really follow through with the plan. Just so proud because that's a hard thing to do under the pressure situations, but that's what this team's about. The toughness they've showed just over the last 3 days. So for me to be able to coach them, I think it's pretty special. And we talk about where we were picked at the beginning of the year to now, and just to be able to be in the situation we're in now, it's all on this team. They believe in each other, and when you do that, you can, as we know, you can achieve anything. And I'm really proud of Chloe because she had a tough couple days just from an overall production standpoint, and she stuck with it. And that resilience, I think, is what just shines with this team, and she's an example of that today.
Before we open it up, Chloe, just talk about the game-winning play.
Yeah, I mean, like Aim said, it's something that we rep all week, and we know that with the Drexel system, we execute when it matters down the stretch. We win by possessions. We don't really blow people out. So that's something that we all know going into the game that we're probably going to have to execute down the stretch. So everyone on the floor is ready to score, ready to execute, make the extra pass, good play. So exactly like Aim said.
All right. Questions?
Hey, Coach, what's up?
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
Rob Knox.
This is my voice.
Just again, I have a few questions, but I'll ask the other ones later. But the main question is, you mentioned that kind of where y'all would pick preseason and things of that nature. I know coaches look at that, don't look at that, use it however they need to use it. But did you all think it was kind of a slight from the standpoint that Drexel has been one of the excellent programs, consistently getting to the championship, competing for championships, and getting to this point in the season?
I do. I think we said it. We were picked 7th. We finished 7th. So, but we call it lucky number 7 now because for us, I think our success as a program has been about sustaining what we do and what we do through our culture and the things we believe in. And I think having a group back this year that really just believes in what we do, Chloe being a senior, head of Satman as a 5th year, one of the reasons they came back was just to continue to see sustained success, and they were willing to do whatever it takes. And when you have players that are willing to do that, really, as a coach, anything can happen. And I think we had a great, really strong out-of-conference schedule this year. I mean, every game we played was a battle. In conference, we had a really tough schedule, and I think it only prepared us to be, we lost many ways that we actually won today. So I think for us to be able to be on the other side of that, it doesn't surprise me because I think we're capable of doing it, but I think our team was more than prepared because they've seen it. And that's what we said all year. No doubt you're going to not see anything today that we haven't done all year. And to come out on top, again, just so proud of this group, proud to be part of this program and lead it and part of this university because we're so well supported, as you saw today. We have administrators here, staff here, and I think that just makes me feel so lucky and grateful for what I'm able to do every day.
Excuse me. Coach, this team has a defensive identity, but today, 20 assists, 69 points in a high-scoring game. Your thoughts on that, being able to adjust to that, not the way you normally want to do it, but being able to outscore Towson down the stretch there in the second half?
I think the big thing was our turnovers. We talked about that last time. Every time we have possession of the ball, I told them right coming into the game, every possession matters today, and that's going to be on the offensive end and defensive end. And I think just seeing that's team basketball. I think that's so hard to guard. And so when we're doing that, to have 20 assists on the game, it doesn't surprise me because I think that's what we're trying to do, but we don't always see that. But today you could see them sharing the ball, and everybody was ready, from start to finish. And that's an example of why we were able to be successful today.
You got a question on Zoom from Kara. Go ahead, Kara.
Just a one quick question for you. You had said something earlier that I guess stuck out in terms of where you guys were kind of picked at the beginning of this year. Where you are now. How much of that turned into motivation? As you're going sort of this second season to motivate this team to say, here's where they picked us, but here's how we can go and improve. Moving on, what you have done so far, during the
think the question is just motivation. How much did the seventh place pick motivate you guys down the stretch?
I think it did. I mean, we have it on the board before every game. The team will tell you we have a compass on our board, and we've talked about that from the beginning of the year. That we have this path to success that we're going to follow, and that part of being part of a place for so long in my 20th year, I've seen that this works, and so. Coming into this year, knowing we lost obviously an all-time great in Kishana Washington, we lost another fifth year in Mara Hendrickson, and we had a little change in our roster, and I think that put us in the position we are. But when Hedda Satman and Chloe Hodges come in and they tell you, hey, we have this path, we know it's successful, we're going to follow it. We might take, like on Waze, we had to take a little detour with not some people, different changes in the lineup, but I think we stuck to what we do, and I think that's, we talk about the compass leading us in the right direction. About the journey, and we talk about the life is a highway. That's really our theme song this year because it has been a journey, and I think for us that's been the motive. It is motivation, but in a way a little bit different than probably what you're thinking. But I think our team, they play for each other, and I think that's the total motivation we have. They play for the fifth years for the seniors on this team, and they're going to continue to do that tomorrow.
Shifting gears real quick, obviously you have the best perspective for this. CAA has expanded, and obviously you play second year Stony Brook. How exciting has it been to see the CAA expand and bring in these programs? Obviously you had Stony Brook and A&T compete in the first semifinal.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. It's exciting for our conference and being part of it for so long. I feel like I've seen the changes, and I think the growth in the conference is only going to help us down the line. And having teams like that, it just goes to show the parity across the board. Everybody this year really had an opportunity to rise and beat other teams, and I think that's what you want in your conference. And that definitely was evident this year, especially with NCAT and also with Stony Brook. Both great programs that had great seasons, and so I think that's just showing you that they're great additions to the conference.
Chloe, the top score is tied 67-67. They have 4 free throws. They only make 1. What does that do for the team's spirits?
I think down the stretch, we know that especially the last time we played them, it came down to free throws as well. So I think just knowing that that's a really big part of the game down the stretch, and just really emphasizing boxing out on the free throw line, never assuming that they're going to make it, always just being ready for that, and then being ready with what we're going to do if we do get that rebound and try and get out, especially when there are timeouts at the end, just being able to execute.
Chloe, first of all, what were you thinking when you was all alone in the paint and you was able to just hit that game-winning shot? What was going through your mind?
Well, I actually I heard them call switch with the person that was guarding Amaris, and I was like, okay, this is good. And then they actually did switch, so I kind of just held there and tried to keep my composure, knew how much time was on the clock, that I didn't have to really throw it up there. So I think just taking my time and knowing that there was a smaller person on me, so just trying to finish, and then just knowing again time on the clock under pressure. So.
And Coach, this program hasn't been in the CAA title in over 3 long years. I mean, now you guys are finally back, and you are ready to not only show the whole world that Drexel is for real, but you also are going to face off against a very tough Stony Brook team. So what is the game plan going into Monday to make sure that you guys secure the victory?
Yeah, I think the big thing for us, I like what you just said. Drexel's for real. We usually say dragons are real, so that's probably our saying. And I think that's how we're gonna head into the championship game. We had two opportunities to play Stony Brook this year, and I think that's the best thing because we had an opportunity at their place, and then we had an opportunity at our place, and it was a possession game. So that said, I think our team's more than motivated to play the top team coming into the championship game, and I think that's just where you want to be. We kind of took our road path here, I think, through every team we want to play, and so we're more than excited to face them tomorrow. And I think it's going to be a battle. I think that's what the championship game is always about. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this team to compete and have that opportunity.
Talsa made runs at you throughout the second half. Every time you guys were able to answer, Amaris especially hit some big shots for you. 23. Just talk about her performance and your ability to fend Towson off almost every time they came at you.
I think that's, you always know it's coming. When you're playing teams and you're playing in tournament time, you can't expect a team not to make a run. And I think, we really handled that well. My one thing I've been telling this team is we have to embrace everything. We embrace the contact. We embrace, they went on the run, but now we're ready. And Maris is a great example of that. She's fearless. I know you can put the ball in her hand. She's not thinking about the last shot she missed. She's ready to take the next one. And she's certainly shown that through the tournament. And she just has so much confidence in her teammates. and they have so much confidence in her. And I think that's actually what makes the big difference. You believe in your teammates and you know what they can do. Anything's possible. She certainly stepped up today and challenged those runs they made, and we're going to need her to do it again. So really proud of her, Maris.
Coach, you said 7's the magic number for you guys. 7 of your last 8 games victories. The only loss against Stony Brook by 2. Close game at your place. You said also that belief in one another has been the big thing for you guys. Stood at 5 and 6 after you lost to Towson back in February. Very disjointed, I would say, at that point. What's changed for you guys? What has allowed for this success in the last 8 games?
I think it's been, just continuing to show up every day. And we talk about that, wanting to get better and really listening to what we're teaching them. And I think that, sometimes when you're going through a battle and you're losing some games, there can be some question. And I think that's okay. I think we talk about that, and I've heard this from our administrator. And again, you can question things, but don't ever doubt. And question just means maybe think about how you're doing things, what you're doing, how you're doing them. And I think we made some changes that really helped us, but we never doubted what we were doing. And I think as teammates, and I think that's what you're seeing in that direction. And what happens is you start to get in that, get that one win, and I think they're starting to feel a little more, and they believe they can do it. And that's what we've been saying from the beginning. You can do this. We've been saying this, but now they believe that they can. And I think that's been the big change for us.
All right. Anything else? All right. Congratulations.
Thank
We'll see
you.
you tomorrow.
Thank you.